Good afternoon. We've got Monday, May 11th. Here we are, noon on the East Coast. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another edition of Up to Speed Live. Today, we will be hearing from Hans and Christy on updates that have happened over the weekend and things that we can expect so far this week. A lot of news happening out there in the world, and we're always happy to bring you the updates that you need to know for everything that's happening around and inside Verizon. I want to start out with Hans this afternoon, get the latest from him. Hans, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Jeremy, and hi, all V-teamers. We're back Monday morning, working hard, all of us. Some worked probably during this weekend as well, especially our first line employees that are so important to us. A couple of things from me. First of all, health and safety becomes even more important in these times. I say it every day because as media and everything is loosening up, talking about reopening and all of that, which will happen. We just need to reinforce our health safety standards and all our procedures, that we continue to follow those, especially for the first line workers in stores and out in the fields. And I know that some of the store employees, as well as the engineers out in the field, they cannot attend our up to live speeds, so they do it recorded. So sending my message out to these guys that you are doing a terrific work, and a lot of our health and safety standards are set based on your realities, and we're so thankful for the work you're doing. At the same time, we're of course, as we said on Friday, continue to spend time on return to office and all of that, but that's a little bit secondary. The most important for us is the first line employees that is out there doing a great job every day, that we keep our safety and health standards above and beyond everything we think is important. And I think we're doing that every day here. So our thoughts are with you guys. You're doing a terrific job, and I get a lot of feedback from customers and consumers using our network in these times, how well it's working. Talking about the networks and customers, it was Mother's Day this weekend. If you missed that, it's time to catch up because it's a little bit late, but it's better to do it now than never. Calling during the Mother's Day was 460 million calls yesterday. That's some 13% up from last year's Mother's Day. Sometimes you have heard me talk about 800 million calls. That's during the week. That's the peak we have right now. There's 800 million calls during the weekdays. During weekends, this is the all-time high. We have sort of 460 million calls and up 13%. So that means that many reached out over the phone. We also saw almost a 6 billion messages going out yesterday. So clearly the network is fully loaded, and it performed well. Spoke to Kyle this morning and the technology team. Everything worked fine in the network. So I'm really appreciative of the work we're doing and how we're handling all these peaks happening in the network in this unprecedented time. So that's a little bit of the update today. We'll come back later with some Q&A and some summary. Jeremy, back to you.
Awesome, Hans. Thank you so much. And like Hans said, if you have any questions, you can always email those to us live@verizon.com. I'll see them come in right here. And we already have some questions in today that we'll be going back to Hans and Christy for. Now I want to swing it over to Christy. Christy, hope you had a good Mother's Day. How are things in your world today?
Thanks, Jeremy. I had a great Mother's Day, so I appreciate you asking. It's always special to be with my kids and my husband on Mother's Day, and they took good care of me. So it's great to be back with all the V-teamers today. A couple of things I thought I would open with. The Pulse survey, we think it's so important. And one of the things that you all told us was you wanted to make sure we were doing a good job of keeping up with professional development while we are in this new normal. And so I wanted to just share with folks, we've got on the learning portal, we've got professional development pathways that get into learning leadership and personal skills that can help all of our V-teamers evolve and develop in the ways that they would like. We also have Get Certified and specific curriculum for job functional training and skills. So please check that out. And I also want to share that today we've got our My Edge series that we started earlier in the year. Another episode drops today. So everybody can get out there and watch. And if you haven't watched the prior episodes, maybe a little binge watching of the My Edge series while folks are catching up on some content. We've got an episode really helping people learn how to embrace new opportunities to learn and grow, which I think with everything everybody's doing to pivot with the way the world has changed so quickly over the last 8 weeks is a very point in time relevant. We also started a Leadership Edge podcast series where we're talking to leaders inside Verizon and crisis leaders outside of Verizon, just hearing their stories and how are they putting into practice everything that we've been talking about in My Edge about agility, teamwork, collaboration, empowerment. And there's so many great examples of V-Teamers doing it. So check out some of those podcasts. They're coming live to the V-Teamers. Finally, we have a lot of employees that have been asking, what's the plan for backup care? We had put forth that we would extend our program to May 15th. I wanted to share with everybody today on Up to Speed that we're going to extend that through June. So folks can continue with Bright Horizons through May 15th, and we're going to continue our offering for backup urgent care through the end of June. We're going to bring the administration in-house. So stay tuned this week. There'll be more information on the COVID webpage for how to continue to apply for and participate in our backup care program. And we know that was top of mind for our V-Teamers. Thanks, Jeremy.
Christy, thanks so much for those updates. And to reiterate that, the backup care through the end of June, certainly know we get a lot of questions about that. Thank you for that. Now, before we move on to Q&A, I want to share this next video with Adam Norwitt, who is the CEO of a company called Amphenol. It's a company that produces electronic and fiber optic connectors, cables, and systems. They do work with us, but he's discussing how our network and our folks on our conferencing system kept him and his team connected when they needed it for a recent team and company meeting. Have a look.
My 50th earnings call, it actually was going to be the first one that I have not done in the little conference room next to my office. And here we are sitting at our houses because we're practicing the social distancing, staying at home. And one of the things I was most worried about is we're calling from cell phones. But I really worried that, what happens if the signal drops? The wonderful lady who was our operator, her name was Marvin, and she just did an outstanding job. We actually asked to have a rehearsal. And so what we did is we cut ourselves off while we were talking, and we arranged with her in advance that she would dial back our number. We tried to see how quickly, if we got cut off, could we be reinstated to the call? And was that really almost invisible to the people who were listening in? 13 seconds. So that if we were ever cut off, it would be just a quick 13 seconds where my colleague could fill that time and nobody would know that I was even cut off of the call. It went great. I would be surprised if people could actually tell that Craig and I, our CFO, were not sitting together at our normal conference room table. You've always been such a critical part of the communications network, such a wonderful company. And by the way, we've been a partner of yours for many years as well. And the importance of what you do has never been greater. My kids sitting just next door here, they wouldn't be able to go to school if the network didn't work. Hospitals wouldn't be able to give the opportunity for patients in the ICU to meet their loved ones if the network doesn't work. We're proud to be a partner with Verizon and proud to be a customer and a supplier and all those things that we do together, because you guys are doing there's a level of societal value to what you do today that I think has never existed in our lifetime.
Adam, thank you for that, and hitting the nail on so many of the heads that we talk about, from society to our customers to kids who are learning at home, and just making it all connected. So glad to know that our team came through for them in their time of need, and a shout out to that conferencing team on Mike Bickle's organization there. So congrats to them. I want to switch over to some Q&A now. Christy, I'm going to start with you. Some employees have been reaching out to me about Google and their announcement to work from home for the rest of the year. I know you've talked a lot about our plan ahead and what that means. What's the latest that you can share right now?
Thanks for that question. So phase 3, which is how we move from our adjusted state to our new normal, we're working hard on as VLC with Hans and the team meeting every day to go over how this evolves. We've also been hearing from experts from outside the company how landscape is evolving in terms of employee safety and health, testing, and other things that are coming to life as the communities around the world work to try to find ways to combat the COVID disease. And so I think we've got a good plan coming together for Verizon that we will deploy late this week and into early next week. So we'll have more details to share. Obviously, we've got our touchless retail that's worked really well for us. We also have all the modifications we made with Texi and the field technicians and ways in which we've been able to keep our employees safe in those frontline roles while they're also helping interact directly with our customers. And then we've got all the ways that people have modified their daily work, where we pivoted to have our call center teams working from home and many of our staff support and sales teams supporting their customers and each other in new ways of working. So we have a plan, we believe, that's coming together for the beginning of June that will allow us to continue as many of those practices as possible, but also begin to give some employees access to the offices that they feel they need. We do have groups saying, hey, I really need to get in. I need to get back to use some of the tools I had at my office that I don't have today. And in fact, we're piloting those protocols right now in China this week, in Beijing with our team there. And we're working with our teams in Hong Kong and Taiwan as well. And so as we learn from that, finish these conversations that we're having with the VLC, Hans and other members of the leadership and myself will be able to share that with the V-teamers by mid-May, as we hoped.
Good, Christy, thank you for that update. Keep those questions coming in. You can send them to live@verizon.com. Hans, a question for you. I know our CFO, Matt Ellis, was part of a financial conference earlier today. You're taking part in the JP Morgan one tomorrow. What are those about, and what should V-teamers know that you're going to talk about at those and why they're so important?
So traditionally, there is a couple of large investor conferences during the year that different banks are holding. The JP Morgan is one very important. There are Goldman Sachs, etc. We usually show up with senior executives there and of course, talking about what we're doing in the business and what's happening. So this morning, Matt was talking on one of those conferences. And basically, he was interviewed on stage on our results, how we respond to COVID-19, what we can see. Tomorrow, I'm speaking at the JP Morgan conference in the morning as the opening speaker. And I guess it's going to be a lot about our 5-year strategy, about our response to COVID-19, what impacts we see on the financials. I would say I always talk about the balancing between the 4 stakeholders. Tomorrow's question is going to be balancing very much on one of the shareholders, and that's, of course, the shareholders, because there is a lot of financial sort of questions about margins going forward, etc. So what you should expect is that we're going to stay on the course for our strategy, and we're going to reiterate what we said after the first quarter. I think that's what you can expect. Then it's a little bit deeper questions around our spectrum, 5G, dynamic spectrum sharing, all these fantastic things that we're doing in the network. I'm sure they will come up as well. So that's what you can expect from these. And at the same time, we're also hosting a lot of roundtables with our main shareholders after that. Now we do everything virtually, of course. Usually this is meeting where you are thousands of people coming together, both with our shareholders and then with the bank or the analysts, so to say. But now everything is virtual. Even we usually have a dinner the evening before where I meet some shareholders. We're going to have that tonight as well, but obviously it's not going to be a dinner. It's going to be a virtual blue jeans or something like that.
Awesome, Hans. Thanks for that. And some folks wanted to know, speaking virtually, do you think going forward that the annual meeting, that would be something that would be considered to stay virtual, or one day you want to see people in person again?
I don't know. I think it went pretty fine the way we were conducting it, but I think also there are merits to have a gathering with your shareholders. So we're going to evaluate that and see where we end up next year. It's at least 363 days left or something to the next one. So we're going to evaluate that. But clearly it worked well, and maybe you have a hybrid that people can actually call in at the same time being in the room. So let's see where we take it, but clearly we're going to evaluate that.
Yeah, good, Hans. Thanks, Christy. This is one that we see that comes up all the time, and just want to go back to you to reiterate the plan on updates as to when people return back to stores or they return back to call centers or whatnot.
Great. So right now we're continuing as is through May, with the exception, as I mentioned, in China, Taiwan, Hong Kong. We're beginning to bring teams back into the office with all of the social distancing protocols and norms that we've developed. And so we're piloting those with those teams right now. And as our shelter in place and stay at home orders are expiring in many other parts of the world, we'll be able to begin to see what we learned there and apply it to the rest of Verizon as we anticipated starting in June. One of the things we've said, and I think folks have heard from us, from all of the leaders that have been on here, is this isn't going to be like a light switch where we're going to say, okay, we flipped the switch, everybody go back to exactly where you were before. We're going to have a very graduated response, and our response is going to be gated by developments with regard to how do we keep people safe and how do we maintain network and connectivity and support our customers. So again, we plan to make a series of announcements about how we'll move forward starting in June, and we plan to make those in the next week.
Okay, Christy, thanks. And Hans, I always like to kind of set the week off here on Monday. We talk about business as usual and what's happening. What are other business leaders and what are you guys talking, or what are you folks talking about right now as far as the country and the world is concerned?
So if we talk about our own executive team, the Verizon executive team, we spend a lot of time on different scenario plannings. We don't know really where this economy is going. We, of course, spend a lot of time to return to office to see that we do it. I just want to reinforce what Christy is saying. This is not going to be anything you turn on the switch and everybody's going to be back. We're going to do it in a staggered, very organized way. And also remember, we will have some generic policies, but then ultimately it's going to be per site, geography, per group. We're a big company. We have already a lot of people doing in frontline, doing a fantastic work every day out today in the field with our customers, and some are working from home. So it's going to be different groups having different sort of policies, but ultimately it will come down to very detailed communication to each and every one. And Christy and the team, together with me and the VLC, we will have some high-level sort of commentaries and policies. So that's how I see it and where we spend time. On the external front, with customers, they're basically coming into this as a normal. So you talk more about, hey, how are you going to do with 5G mobile edge compute? We need to come back to start discussing our strategic initiatives. So you're basically back in a normal, I would say, rather than talking about everything that explain what the situation. Then, of course, I speak to many of the leaders about return to office. How are they doing? So we share our ideas, and Christy, of course, is talking to a lot of external companies as well, because we want to see how others are doing. If they're doing something smart, we want to learn from them, and I guess they're trying to learn from us as well, because we are actually doing a really good job when I measure with other companies. So that's sort of what I hear from the business community.
Good, Hans. Thank you for that. Christy, thanks as well for joining us. Folks, again, can always send your questions to live@verizon.com. Before we wrap this up today, I want to transition, and we've talked so much this month about thanks, and really since the beginning of the pandemic about it, expressing thanks and saying thanks. One of our own employees from Cary, North Carolina reached out and said, hey, I've got a nephew who is a frontline healthcare worker in Boston, Massachusetts, and I just want to say thank you, and we're able to connect them for this next video, so take a look.
My name is Julie Cruz. I've been with Verizon for 11 years as a project manager in the Cary, North Carolina office. One of the people that have inspired me during this COVID-19 pandemic is my nephew, Jeff Richards. He's a first responder at Massachusetts General Hospital in the cardiology department. I'm proud of him. If somebody else's health is in jeopardy, I feel like he might put them before himself, so I worry about his health and his risk.
I'm Jeff Richards. I'm a registered cardiovascular invasive specialist. I work in the interventional cardiology department at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts. The fear definitely set in really quickly because of the unknown. And it was definitely really stressful in the beginning because we didn't know what tomorrow looked like, let alone what was going to happen after our lunch break. We kind of had to protect ourselves in a way where we had to assume that anybody and everybody could have it. I actually wear a special respirator. It's a power air purifier respirator, which I basically strap a purifier to my back that has 2 HEPA filters and a big helmet and a hose that goes around my head. So it meant that for any patient coming into our department who we didn't test and didn't know if they were negative, I had to wear that. A lot of the restaurants around the hospital are showing up to the hospital every day with just truckloads of food, and whether it's just coffee in the morning and donuts for everybody. So it's really cool to see how people are coming together in their communities to help each other out. Julie Cruz is my aunt. She's my dad's sister. She lives in North Carolina. Her son, my cousin, is graduating this year, and they were going to have a big graduation party and a big family reunion where I was going to see a lot of people who I haven't seen in years. So it's really unfortunate that this had to happen now because it's obviously not going to happen. And so I was really looking forward to seeing everybody.
What I want to say to Jeff is stay safe. I love you. I miss you. And we're going to reschedule our family reunion so we can all be together again. Love you.
Oh, thanks to Julie for sharing that story, and thanks to Jeff and all of his teammates for everything they're doing around the world and here across America. I think today we get a really firsthand look at what people are still dealing with, and how thankful we can all be that we have our health and our families and our loved ones that we all know and love so much. So with that, I want to go to Hans for a final wrap up of the day before we close it out.
Oh, thank you. What a lovely story. No, there are a lot of people really doing a heroic work out there, and we should be very fortunate and very thankful for the work they're doing, and that sends me in my thought all the time to our team that is out there and seeing that all the technology is working at the same time, and I thank you every day for doing it. Thank you. Okay, if you don't have anything to do, but I hope you have, but then you should binge watch. Apparently, My Edge. That's the latest. I'm not a big binge watcher, but I guess I need to be it right now, or I'm going to do a podcast. It's great to see our HR community ramping up for the new age here with a lot of new innovation, and I encourage you all to continue to fortify yourself in these times. And develop yourself. It's a great time, and HR has developed a lot of new things that you can deal with. So thank you for the whole team in HR, etc., that is developing all this. Also great to listen to Adam, of course, about exactly what we talk about. We're not only doing it because it's right for the customer, and we have a great network. It's right for the society. I mean, it's everything we talk about all the time, that we should take long-term decision that is positive for our 4 stakeholders: employees, shareholders, customers, and society. And when you listen to him, you can see all 4 stakeholders, because ultimately he's a customer as well, and he's a paying customer. So I think that's how I would like to see us coming stronger out of this pandemic as well. You're seeing that we have that balance all the time, because ultimately that creates the absolute best company. And with our purpose that we have as a company, I think we're so straight up in the alley. There's going to be tough times, and I'm the first one to be transparent with all of you. We don't know how long this will go and how it will impact the whole society and different countries. So we need to be clear on that. And we also know that some of our V-Teams colleagues, they have been having the infection, which is really tough as well. So not trying to say it's going to be easy. We know it's a very different crisis this time, but I'm proud and pleased and seeing how we are showing up as a company. It's clearly how we wanted it to be envisioned in this type of crisis. So that's my summary for the day. Now I'm preparing myself for investor meetings. That's why I have my fantastic background here, so they can see that I really work for Verizon, if they didn't know before, which I doubt. So Jeremy, back to you.
Thank you, Hans. And you mentioned business as usual. Want to call out something we announced earlier today. Verizon and SiriusXM teaming up to bring some streaming on-demand content to Audi vehicles, the 2021 lineup of cars there. So good to see some of that still happening as well. And before we wrap up today, I want to share some things. Chris, let's go ahead and take that slide. Ray Sundar, who you see here on the left, a solutions manager who has been redeployed into telesales out of Monterey, California, and his general manager that he's working with now, Frank Kumley, out of San Diego. They were working through an issue with a customer who had left an order in the cart. It's called an abandoned cart order. So Ray reached out. The customer needed some devices back ordered for 2 weeks and not able to do an in-store pickup. Ray found a solution along with Frank to help the customer out to get not one, but 2 iPads to take care of business that he needs to take care of. Very important stuff there. Customer was so appreciative, and I just want to thank Ray and Frank and all the team members, V-teamers out there who are doing that, finding ways to make things work for all of our customers. Next slide, quick tease of an event tomorrow for Asian Pacific American Heritage Month on buildseries.com, as well as Up to Speed Twitter. Stand with One, Stand with All. A great conversation about Asian Pacific American Heritage Month starting at 7:30 tomorrow night Eastern Time. And then after that, you could stick around and head over to watch Pay It Forward Live. All 14 team Penske drivers doing iRacing. This is pretty cool if you haven't seen it. You know, all these race car drivers are sitting behind some big monitors and feeling the grit of the road from the monitor. So that is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can tune in on Verizon Twitter for that. Tomorrow, we will have Andreas Orlando and Mike Mason talking to us about the upcoming National Law Enforcement Memorial, as well as Military Appreciation Month and everything that we're doing to keep a lot of these public sector groups going throughout. So that will do it for us today. Have a great day. And until next time, you're up to speed.